Welcome to Communication 101 at National University, Intro to Oral Communication. This is a fundamental entry course within the communication program, providing you with an overview of the communication discipline. And over the next 4 weeks, we will be learning about 4 major subdivisions, from interpersonal to intercultural, communication in small groups, and of course public speaking. If any of these areas pique an interest in you, you of course can enroll in future communication courses. We'd be thrilled if you did that. Courses such as Public Speaking, Communication 103, and Comm 120, or Interpersonal Communication. In essence, this class is a broad summary of the communication discipline, and the purpose of this tutorial is to offer you a broad overview of the class, the assignments, the requirements, and how to navigate through the class. Let's go to the first section, which is the course syllabus. So over on the left-hand side, you'll see the different units. So we'll click on the course syllabus, and that will offer you information. On the course instructor, their background, their contact information as well over on the right-hand side, a summary of the class, the learning outcomes, and of course the textbook required for this course. We'll go to class outline. Class outline will give you an overview of the different assignments and their point scales, or the point scale, the percentages. And they're also explained by week, or listed by week, and the percentages and the days and times that the assignments are due. The class policies are listed here, from email policies to grading, and late assignment policies, and discussion threads. The grade information is listed here. At National University, A minuses or B pluses, those are also included. So the percentages are explained here and how they equal letter grades. In this section, you have an opportunity to learn more about the instructor teaching the course, their academic and professional background, as well as some of their hobbies and interests. And you will then be asked to respond with your own background, some of your goals, both professional and academic, and maybe some of your hobbies as well. The student lounge is a great place to discuss with other students, and discuss course concepts, and of course maybe even just say hello for the week. This tutorial link will include examples of how to complete different aspects of the class, such as this tutorial here. In addition to that, you'll have tutorials on how to record video, or for example, in week 4 you are asked to present a persuasive speech and then upload it to YouTube and present the link to your instructor, and this tutorial will offer you an explanation on how to do that. There is an online course support. Online course support offers you information on how to access technical support, the technical requirements, software and hardware for the class, as well as how to access the live lectures or Class Live Pro. So that's the overview of the entire class. Let's go now to a particular week. So let's start at week 1. Every week we'll begin with an explanation of what's to be covered during that week. Often it will begin with a short video clip exemplifying a concept for that week. So for example, week 1 we will be discussing interpersonal communication, and an aspect of that is the self-concept, how we develop our self-concept, how it develops over time in terms of our concept of ourselves, and how that informs our communication with other folks. Here's a video from a very popular movie, which is titled In the Pursuit of Happiness, and it's a good example of that.
Whoa. So you'll probably ultimately rank somewhere around there, you know, so really, you'll excel at a lot of things, just not this. I don't want you out here shooting this ball around all day and night, all right?
All right.
Okay? All right, go ahead.
And so they're exemplifying how a young boy develops or begins to develop his self-concept based on what his father's telling him. Learning outcomes will be explained or listed, and the chapter readings will also be listed in this case. Chapters 1 through 3 are for the first week of class. There is also a discussion and response for every one of the 4 weeks of the class, and the way that works is that you will be divided into either group A, B, or C, depending on the first letter of your last name. So for example, if your last name is Adams, then you are clearly in group A, and you will go to group A here, and you will answer the question that has been posted for Group A. Some questions may ask you to read certain pages of your textbook, and other questions may refer you to a video or have a video embedded for you to watch and then use that as a way to answer the question listed. The questions are due normally, depending on the instructor, but normally are due on Wednesday evening by 11:59 p.m. or another day predetermined or stated by the instructor on their course outline. And then you will also be going into the other groups, 2 groups that you were not assigned. And so if you were assigned to group A, you will answer that question, and then you will go into group B and see if there are any classmates that have responded to their question, and then what you will do is you will reply to their response of their question, if that makes sense. And so in essence, you are to post your response to your question by, for example, Wednesday at 11:59 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and then you will, by Sunday evening of that week, post a reply to both of the other groups, to at least one student in each of the other group. Okay? And that's how the discussion and response works. If you go to these different questions, some of them involve referencing pages in the textbook, and others will have you watch a video. Let's see. So for example, in this one, you're to watch this video here and then answer the questions, read the question, and then that's how that will work. Week number 2 also begins with an overall summary of the class, or a listing of the class. In this week, we will be primarily discussing intercultural communication. For example, the 7 different cultural values that are often found. And this video clip highlights specifically some of the values of individualism versus collectivism, and exemplified through this short video clip from a movie titled Gung Ho.
Welcome to your first day with the Sun Motors. Welcome. We must build spirit. We must be a team, one with one purpose only. Everyone thinking only of company. We will begin with our morning exercises.
Jumping jack. 1, 2, 3, 4, go, go, 3,
So it's an interesting video clip, and then the learning outcomes are also listed, as well as the chapter readings 4 through 6, chapters 4 through 6 for this second week. The second week also, of course, includes a discussion and response. You will be in the same groups, either A, B, or C, depending on the first letter of your last name, and you will go to the different groups. This question includes the watching of a video. You may have group B, may also be watching a video as well. This is a video from Seinfeld, and an example of proxemics, or someone that may speak very closely to somebody else's face. So an example of personal space and proxemics, and of course a good study of nonverbal communication as well. So that's one of the topics. And then this week also includes a live lecture. We know how that works. And the assignment for this week is, and every week includes assignments. So the assignment for the second week is a cultural interview essay, and you will be taking a look at that. You will be interviewing somebody from a different culture or subculture, and then you can go to, or we'll go to, document sharing, which is linked here, or you can also link document sharing here. And when you go to document sharing, it gives you an opportunity to take a look at a variety of PowerPoint slides or information pertaining to that and other assignments in class. So these are assisting handouts for you. There are also grading rubrics as well, so further giving you information on how to complete assignments. These are all here available for download. And you also have sample speeches. You have textbook chapter by chapter slideshows. So every chapter of the textbook includes a PowerPoint, and it gives you a nice summary of the concepts of that chapter. It shouldn't be a replacement for reading the book, but students often like having a nice summary of the textbook readings chapter by chapter, so that's good. So then you also have, we're into our third week, and the third week also begins with a live lecture as well on a Tuesday or Wednesday night, but also has a short video clip to begin that week. And this third week we will be covering small group communication. This is a short video on groupthink, or the way that a group can exert pressure on members of the group to stay silent and then sometimes not voice their opposition to a particular course of action. So we will be speaking this week about how to communicate and collaborate in groups. If you've ever worked in small groups in other classes or at work, you know how frustrating that can be at times. And so we will be discussing aspects such as conflict management, how to work in groups, how to avoid groupthink, and so forth. And the overall learning outcomes for this week will be identified here, or are identified here in chapters 7 through 10. This week does not have a discussion and response thread because the project or the assignment is a little more involved. And in this week, you will be assigned to a group again, either group A, B, or C, but in this case, rather than a discussion thread, these groups are for you to complete a presentation. You will be putting together a PowerPoint presentation that you will not present live, but instead you will submit. And you will design a PowerPoint presentation based on the observation of this film here titled 12 Angry Men from 1957. A really great analysis of, or a really great example of a small group setting, a jury trial titled 12 Angry Men, starring Henry Fonda, and you see all the clash that takes place between members of the group. So it's a really nice study of small group communication, and you will be working with the members of your group to put together a project. So it's a very collaborative week. There is a project reflection essay. Well, you will write an essay reflecting on your experience working with a group, things that were successful and things that were not so much, and things that were frustrating as well. There is a quiz every single week. Week 3 also includes a quiz as well. And then our fourth and final week, week number 4, is our section on public speaking, and a small video clip here as well.
My husband is, he's required to speak publicly.
So, small section on public speaking, and we will be discussing the learning outcomes, of course, or the learning outcomes are listed here, and the readings are from chapters 11 through 15. And in this week, including the discussion and response, you will also have the assignment, which is to present a persuasive speech. But of course, the discussion threads have you at times watch a video. This is a video on how to channel nervousness or anxiety when it comes to public speaking, and you will be answering that question. Group B will be answering the questions on the use of manuscripts, or extemporaneous versus impromptu speaking, and so on and so forth. The persuasive presentation that is due on this 4th week is listed here. Sample outlines are included in document sharing. And there's also some sample speeches you can watch, and you will record this speech, upload it to YouTube, and submit that along with an outline to the instructor. There's also a course or class reflection essay, and you will submit an essay at the end of the class about your experiences and items that you've learned and areas that you'd still like to improve as someone improving their communication skills, as we all are. There's also a quiz and some resources available for this week. Public speaking is one of those where folks often have a little bit of anxiety and nervousness, and so there are examples on how to deal with nervousness or how to put together PowerPoint. It's a really funny actually explanation on the do's and don'ts of PowerPoint. This is an excellent presentation on how to develop dynamic delivery skills such as gestures, eye contact, facial expressions, and so forth, and vocal variety, posture, stance, and so forth. So these are the different aspects of the class, the discussion threads, from discussions threads to assignments, and the different ways to navigate through the class and some of the documents available to you as you proceed over the next 4 weeks in a class in Communication 101, Intro to Oral Communication. Welcome to class.